The Dolphins got rid of Jaylen Waddle, the Penguin. Such a sad time. Was it the right move, though? Obviously, breaking news that happened a day ago. The Dolphins trading one of my favorite guys, Jaylen Waddle, the Penguin himself, to the Denver Broncos. So they traded Jaylen Waddle and a fourth-round pick for their fourth-round pick in Denver. So it was a swap there, but they ultimately gained Denver's first-round pick in this coming draft next month and Denver's third-round pick this coming next month here coming up. So honestly, man, these are my thoughts. Number one, I love Jaylen Waddle. Jaylen Waddle was a guy that was easy to like. The dude was awesome. He was explosive. He was about the right things. He brought great vibes, great energy. The dude just did all the right things. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't a diva in his time here. So I'm definitely going to miss him. And honestly, I thought that him and Malik Willis were going to kind of, hit it off from the beginning and really have some success this coming season. But ultimately, I sit back and I look at this trade, and I understand it. I understand it because of what I've said all the time here with this new regime. This rebuild is going to happen through the draft. That is when you're going to get your most success, all right? You have to draft well, right? You have to develop your draft picks, and then you have to retain your own. That is exactly how you do a full-on reset, how you rebuild, and how you establish a culture with new guys in the building. So you had to get rid of the old and embrace the new. This does pain me, though. But at the end of the day, let's not overrate Jaylen Waddle, right? Jaylen Waddle was a guy that obviously he had a couple 1,000-yard seasons, but sometimes he just wasn't there. How many times did we see 40-yard, 50-yard performances, 30-yard performances, him grimacing in the sidelines after getting hit sometimes, in and out of the lineup with injuries? He wouldn't miss a full game, but he would miss a lot of plays, right? Like, the dude wasn't durable at the end of the day. And the dude honestly wasn't a walking. You can't close your eyes and say Jaylen Waddle's definitely going to get a 1,000-yard season. It didn't happen that way. It did not happen that way. You can say it's Tua's fault. You can say it was Mike McDaniel's fault. Whatever the case is, the facts are the facts. So while this does pain me to lose a guy like Jaylen Waddle, because I really did like him as a player, even with the things that I mentioned, I think this is the right move, man. You're getting a first-round pick and a third-round pick here. You're trading Jaylen Waddle for a first and a third. I think you absolutely do that. And I know plenty of people are talking about, oh, but it's Denver's. It's like the 30th pick in the draft. That's basically a second rounder. No, it's not. A second rounder is a second rounder, and a first rounder is a first rounder, damn it. I think this was an absolutely good move. And this sets the Dolphins up to do exactly what I talked about in the beginning of this video. Draft well. Well, it comes down to the choices you make. But they are in prime position, man. Right now, the Dolphins are actually, with this move, they have the most draft picks in this upcoming draft next month with 11. They got 2 first-round picks. They got a pick in the second, and they have 4 picks in the third round. You got a pick in the fourth, a pick in the fifth, and none in the sixth, but 2 in the seventh. I'm looking at those first 3 rounds as, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 picks in the first 3 rounds. You got to hit on 6 of them. You got to go 6 for 7. I might be asking for too much, at least 5. But ultimately, I really do think that the Dolphins have the right regime in place. This is not Chris Grier anymore, and this is exactly how you do things. So I look back, right? Take the emotions out of it. Take the emotions away from Jaylen Waddle. Brainer for me. The question mark is this: are the Dolphins done here? Do they look to trade Devon Achane? You know how I feel? I would absolutely trade Devon Achane. All right? And that's not because I don't like Devon Achane. He's my favorite player on the team. He's probably the only great talent that we have on this team. But think about it. The running back shelf life is short. It's short already. The dude is playing. He's at the top of his game. He's one of the best running backs in the NFL. Why are we keeping a guy like that if we're not ready to compete? By the time the Dolphins are ready to compete, Devon Achane is already probably done. All right. His knees probably gave out on him. It's time to cut it, call it quits. only those guys, like there's very few that last a long time, right? Like Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, there's very few, but the running back shelf life is short. So why not take advantage, right? And trade this guy right now while he's playing at the high of high and he's super valuable than to have him lose value on this team because there's no talent around him. People are going to game plan against him. And then what's the point? He's good, but we're not ready to compete for a championship. Running backs to me are the last piece to the puzzle of a team that's trying to win a championship. Once you're ready to win a championship, you go out and either draft a high running back in the first round, or you go and trade, or you acquire one in free agency. They're the final step. They're not the building block. They should not be the first step, right? Not a high player type guy. Obviously, you have running backs here and there, but your top player should not be a running back if you're a rebuilding team. All right? That's just simple. I look at guys like, or teams rather said, look at the Chicago Bears. They're a team that was making noise in the playoffs, right? They got a good defense. They got their head coach. They got their franchise quarterback. They have tight ends. They have wide receivers. How dynamic would it be adding Devon Achane to that mix? They almost made it to the NFC Championship game. Hell, they almost made it to the Super Bowl. You can argue if they had a Devon Achane, they'd probably be right there battling with Seattle for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. That's a team I'm looking at. That's a team who I think they should go over Devon Achane. You give us a couple draft picks, here you go. So I absolutely think that the Dolphins should do this move. The question is, will they get the right move? I would definitely take in a first-round pick. That's 100%, but I don't think you get that. But I would absolutely take a second-round pick for Devon Achane. Why not? But here's the caveat here. I think with 11 draft picks in in this year's draft, is enough. We got the most picks in the draft coming up. I think we're fine with that. I want to stock up on 2027 drafts. That's when the wide receivers are better. That's when there's more quarterbacks available to you in the NFL draft. And I think overall the draft class is prime and positioned to be better than this coming draft right here. So I would try to lean forward towards trading Achane to try to get some 2027 picks here. That's what I'm trying to do. If I could get a couple of them, or if I could get a second rounder, I'm absolutely pulling the trigger. I think the Dolphins do make that move, but I know there's a little bit conflicting evidence there that kind of shows half Eric Sullivan talking about Devon Achane and how great he is and how he would like to retain him. So jury's still out, but anything could happen. My opinion, there you have it. I think Devon Achane should absolutely be traded, and I love the guy, just like I said. But what's the point of keeping a guy like that? By the time the Dolphins are good, he is on his last legs. Listen, Achane, I love you, my brother, but we got to do what we got to do. I hope the Dolphins do that, but ultimately, this is the plan. Stock up on picks, draft well, develop those that you draft, and retain your own. That's how you build a damn new culture. Dolphins are getting it right, man. Look at Devon Achane. Let's see if anything happens. But ultimately, sad day for me and for a lot of Dolphin fans. Jaylen Waddle is gone, but honestly, I think the move was great. I think it was worth it. Getting a first-round pick and a third-round pick is awesome. Remember, there was reports talking about Buffalo was trying to get Waddle for a first-round pick, and the Dolphins declined. Look at that. When you wait, you get more. You get the first that you still were going to get anyway, around the same range, 30, 31, 29, same thing. And now you're getting an additional third-round pick on top of that. Good move by the Dolphins. The rebuild is in full effect. You're going to have to take a couple steps back before you take some steps forward, and that's what the Dolphins are doing. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the Jaylen Waddle trade. Let me know if you like it. Let me know what you don't like about it. I would love to hear if you don't like about it. Anybody that disagrees with my takes, I would absolutely love to know why in the comments below. Nothing like a good sports debate. We're all Dolphin fans here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.